Gary,
Hey,
what's going on?
how you doing?
All good, all good.
Hi,
How you
Gary.
doing, brother?
What up?
Salute, salute.
How you doing? How y'all doing?
All right, I was just telling your brother and my audience, he's still listening. I'm like, man, I ain't never know that there was another Gary,
Yeah,
let
I'm the
alone an
oldest. I
older
started this
brother.
man.
I always thought Gary Russell Jr., the 126-pound WBC champ for like 10 years, was the oldest.
Oh,
Uh,
for real?
yeah, I ain't know. And
You
your
may
last
feel
name
like it's your
Jones on
turn,
BoxRec, so I really
but
didn't
it's
know.
not your turn.
But
Yeah,
yeah, man.
after
I,
the
I mean, I guess the easiest way to start is to tell us your story because it seems like we missed it.
yeah, we know. I started this thing with the brothers, me and my
Mm.
dad. I was Gary Fast and Jones when I was fighting. Man's about right in there. Sugar right there was my manager. Man, Don King.
Sugar Ray
I
Leonard?
won. Yeah, that's my manager. Sugar Ray, my manager.
Oh wow.
Promoted by Don King. Man, I won WBC Continental belt. Man, fought in the Olympics, won everything. So, the torch of past thoughts from my brothers. The torch of past to them, and now they taking it and running with it, which I love.
So do you train people? Do you still
Yes.
train? Like, what are you doing these days?
Well, right now I work with my brothers, also my sons as well. That's turning pro. So I'm in the gym every day with my brothers every day. So
How old are your
the last,
sons?
I got one son who is 18. I got another son who is 20, and another son who is 23. So they going straight pro. They don't want to go amateur. They want to go pro, Dad. Yep.
Wow. So Gary, I've heard the older. Okay, so Gary Antoine, which one just recently had a fight? That's Gary Antoine is
Yeah, the
Yes, Gary.
140
the last
pounder.
fight.
Yes, actually, he
Yeah.
fight coming up
Okay.
November the 14th.
He's fighting November the 14th. Who did he
Yeah,
fight
14th.
last?
I
Rayo.
can't remember the guy Brian. Yeah, Brian for the belt
No,
actually.
not right. So I'm not talking about that brother. I'm talking about the other one that hadn't fought in a while. He hadn't fought in a
Um,
couple of years, and he just
okay, yeah, little Gary Russell, Mr. Russell, my little brother Gary
Gary
Russell.
Russell. Okay,
Yeah,
so I've heard his story about your dad, and he was talking about when you guys were coming up. He was
right.
kind of like your dad's shadow. Are you older than him or younger
I'm
than
older
him?
than all the brothers. I'm older than all the brothers.
Okay. So
Oldest.
were
So
you the first one that okay, were you the first one to start boxing or did you actually
yeah,
box at the rate
oh
that
yeah.
he did?
Oh no, I was the first one to start boxing. When Gary was three,
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7 years old, I had to train little Gary, my little brother, Mr. Russell, the one that won the world championship, that was the world champion. I started everything when it comes to the fight game for me and my dad. We kicked it off. And, like I say, I went
Mhm.
away for a while, to prison, came home, and I won the belt, WBC Continental belt, went back to prison again because one of my brothers was killed. That was a real good fighter under me. One of Gary Devon, one of my little brothers, was killed. And from there, hey, had a little money, got a club, and my little brothers, man, took on the torch. They kept fighting. We kept them in the gym the whole
Mhm.
time. So that's how things took off. That thing took off.
So were you around when your dad was supposed to have that last fight? I understand he was talking about how your dad got shot in the leg, so he had to
Yeah.
actually stop fighting, but
When
he
when when dad got shot in the leg, it was an accident that happened, and we go hunt every year. Every November we go hunting. We got land. So dad was shot putting the guns away, and I was out of town at the time. I was in Las Vegas when this happened to dad. I wasn't around when that occurred. But hey,
hmm,
man,
okay.
you know, yeah, it was crazy.
How is it,
Mm,
because for us on the outside, it's like, wow, you guys have a legendary pedigree.
Yes.
How is it for
yeah.
your sons? Do they feel like, man, I gotta live up to my uncles and my dad? Like, do they feel they have to do this? Do you and how do you know they want to do this?
Well, I see their ambition. They see how their dad fought a long time ago, and how their uncle's doing now, and they take a liking to it. So when you take a liking to it, it's in your blood. Go ahead on and do it. There's nothing but to do it. They they want it, and that's the main thing. I don't got to force it on them. They want this, so as long as they stay in the gym, stay diligent. Keep learning, keep growing. They're gonna be okay.
before we go too far, too, I seen that y'all doing an amateur tournament, right? Ain't that like in 3 days?
Yeah, some coming
Yeah,
up
man.
in
Talk
Amsterdam.
about that in case there's still some slots or tickets available. I seen that people could also donate too.
Well, I have two nephews, man, that's tremendous. Coming up, they 9 years old and like 8 years old. My little nephews, Gary Russell's sons, and they can fight.
Mr.
I gotta
Gary
come out.
Russell.
Yeah, Mr. Gary Russell. My nephews can rock and roll. Yeah, I gotta come check them out.
So how many fights gonna be on this card on the 24th?
We not sure yet. So far, like 15 to 20. So there's a couple fights in there.
And is this something you guys do annually or just sporadically? And
Well,
why?
Well, it's something that my little brother, Mr. Russell, do, to just give back, give back and, sort of support and see the kids grow. See the kids, put on their, use their
Mm,
talent. We got a lot of talent in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia right here that these kids can fight. So they want to, use their talent. And by my little brother putting these shows on, it really helps them as well.
Um, so obviously, Gary Russell, Antoine, he's gonna be fighting Andy Hidioka. Are you part of the training camp or how's that work?
I am definitely part of the training camp. I'm there
Nice.
24/7 with my brother. And like I say, it's right now. It's a teamwork, guys. All the brothers together in the gym. Something my dad would love if he was alive right now. So you got the older brother,
mhm.
me. You got my other brother in there. You got my baby brother in there. Got my other brother in there. So all the brothers, whatever one can't see, the other one gonna see. So it's
That's
deep.
right.
It's been like that for a while though. You guys had a
Oh yeah.
family thing going on forever. But switching gears, is Lamont Roach really like that? Because he seems to be the only one calling out Gary Antoine Russell. Like, and I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying, why ain't nobody else calling him out? And what does Roach know that he
I
keep
think.
talking about Antoine? Now he put him on a list.
Look, Rose calling out a payday. Rose see money, which is, I like that's smart. He see money, but far as beating Antoine, that's impossible for Rose to do that.
I mean,
That's
I ain't gonna
impossible.
front, Gary. I thought it was. I mean, he don't even fuck with me no more because I thought it was impossible that he was gonna be as competitive as he was with Tank.
I didn't really think that because they are friends, so it's a business thing. They partners, so that played out into Tank hands and his hands as well. But you can't keep using that old Tank fight, to try to do other things now. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he wants to see Antoine as well. I'm just not. I think that's just a money thing. He's looking for that money, that another big payday. So he get hurt there. He get hurt doing that though, playing with Antoine Russell.
And speaking of Tank, again, I've been doing this 14 years.
My
I
man.
wasn't familiar of you, but obviously of your dad and Mr. Gary Russell. And my interpretation of the situation was that he was a favored boxer in the eyes of Al Heyman. He got opportunities. He was a champion. He got good paydays, but he never got the fights he wanted. He never got Abner. He never got Tank, and he never got Leo. What do you think what was the disconnect? Like, because again, it looked like Al loved Gary, but then none of those three fights ever happened.
With that right there being said, with Al Heyman and Gary, that's their relationship that they built, and whatever the cause, the problem that happened with Gary get them fights, I can't speak on, but I knew Gary had hurt his arm and he was out for a while. You know what I'm saying? Getting surgeries and everything, and just getting back in shape. I ain't gonna say he was set on a shelf, but say that his health wasn't right at the time, so they had to get everything back together for him.
And how good is Mr. Gary Russell today? Because
Oh yeah.
I still want to see him in that Tank fight. I still would like to see him in that Shakur fight.
But he
Shit,
called him in.
he
Look,
called
I
out
feel you.
Crawford at one
Look,
point.
he called them all out. Look, Gary called Tank out. Tank ain't want to fight. He called out everybody. Right now, Gary back. He's in shape. He's in the gym 24/7. I mean, like day and night, G in the gym. So he definitely ready to take these fights. They just got to give it to him. Everybody everybody wants to see good fights again in boxing. The fighters fight each other, the top fighters, or for those who caught back in the day, it was going down. But right now, it's like it's a lot of political stuff going on. Politics, the money I'm with it. But I want to see them fight, and I think it can happen if everybody push it, promote it, and these promoters do it. Call the Sheik out. The Sheik can do it. Get it done.
If it's one fight that you can get Mr. Gary Russell, which one would it be?
Oh,
It doesn't
no
have to
doubt.
be any of those three, too. Anything
No,
out there because the landscape has changed and there's new players now.
I want Gary to fight Roach right now because Roach talking a lot of trash. That's what I want to see.
Mhm.
He's
Him and
dismissing that
Roach.
fight though. He and
Yeah,
and,
he
and you
is.
know his angle, like he do got us as fans on his side. 'Cause he's like, I don't want the older brother. I want the younger one. Y'all
He
think
want
is a
the
Man,
younger,
killer.
look,
yeah.
he ducking that wreck, man. Look. Come on, man. You talk all this trash. Now you say, I don't want to fight him. I want to fight him. No, you went to the gym. We called him out at the gym. We've been calling him out. So you talk all that trash. Back it up. Come on, man. You know how that go. Let's get that work. Get that bump in. Stop ducking that wreck. Get that bump in.
Gary, how did y'all feel about the trailer that Lamont Sanat dropped?
Demont,
Lamont
he
Roach.
dropped
I'm
it.
sorry, Lamont Roach. The
What he do?
trailer that the he was in some like looked like a mafia. Then he put Gary on the menu, and then like how did y'all how did
Mhm.
y'all feel about that? That was crazy.
Yeah, man. Look, it's funny to me. All that stuff was funny. Everybody doing little, saying little stuff, slick stuff, and all that. My thing is this: let your hands talk. That's all I want to see. I want to see you get in that ring and work. All that talk out the door. Let's fight.
So
Fact.
outside of the family, do you guys or you specifically, since you're a full-time trainer now, do you entertain other fighters or do you keep it strictly within the circle of the family?
Well, I pretty much keep it strictly with the family, my sons and my brothers. That's a full time job by itself right there. We deep, so there's a lot of us. So I like other fighters. I like who I like. Crawford. I like Terrence Crawford. I like him. I mean, I'm respect when due respect. I like him a little bit. Who else? It's not a lot of guys that I really, be taken to in a fight game right now. But definitely Crawford. I wish Tank would go ahead on, man, and beat the white boy. Wiscom, get him out of the way, beat him, and go ahead and fight. Go ahead and fight on Roach again. That'll be
What's
a
your
good fight.
impression of that fight? You think it's going to be a real fight? Because I mean, even the Tank posters have been looking like he don't even got a facial expression. I mean, is he really going to throw his hands?
Jay Paul gonna try to fight Tank, so I think Tank gonna have to rumble. He gonna try to fight
Mm.
Tank. So Tank got to fight. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it'll be just no easy get this money and get up out of there. So I think he got to fight a little bit. But I think he should come back after this fight and go ahead and fight Roach for talking that trash. All these guys were talking this about this and that. Go ahead on the fight, man. Fight each other. Stop playing.
So I got a question from Jonathan Sims that says, out of all your brothers, answer the following. Who's the most skilled, most athletic, the biggest boxing brain?
Hmm. Right now, I can say, Gary is more. He's more seasoned and skilled right now. Right now, he is. And out of all the brothers, was the
Which
sharpest
Gary?
though
140
was me.
pound champion Gary?
Yeah, little Gary, Mr. Russell, little Gary. Yeah, he did
Mhm.
right now. He the more skilled right now, more sharpest. Out of all the fighters, with the greatest, with the good, better. I was the best out of all the brothers, though. I'm being honest. The fastest, the quickest. I'm letting it be
Talk,
known.
You better
talk
big
your
yourself up.
Yeah, I'm shocked at all the brothers. It is what it is. I'm telling y'all.
So
You said you oh, go ahead, go ahead.
when it comes to corners now, are you effective in the corners now when they have fights?
Well, at the fights, the last fight that Antoine fought when he won the belt, I was right there by
Mhm.
the corner. right by the corner. You know, me and Gary was yelling back and forth to each other. I'm like, Gary, tell him now. The girl say, no, bro, not yet. So you know, so I was like, I'm on the outside, but I'm right there looking in. But as far as getting into the corner, I got to get my license and all that stuff. You know, do it that way to get in the corner
Mhm.
now. But right now, I'm in the corner every day. If you in the gym, that's me right there with my
Mhm.
brothers, man. We all giving our input on the fight. So it's interesting. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be look, y'all. We about to do some things in the fight game. All the
Yeah,
brothers
and I
and the kids.
definitely want to express my condolences for your dad. And when your dad
Thank
passed, was it a structure like was it a leaving like a chain of command there for the family as far as boxing? Like who's gonna be the trainer, who's gonna be the head person, who's gonna be the fighter?
Well, you know, Dad just wanted us to stay, you know, connected. You know, he wanted us to stay connected. Don't let them chains be broken. You know, so as long as we,
Mm,
you know, iron sharpen iron. So if one person fighting right now, work with the other fighter. You know, work with him, Gary, or work with him and little Gary. You can see what the other guy can't see, what your brother can't see. So he just kept it like that. He just wanted to have that bond, and that's what we got.
beautiful, beautiful. Go ahead, Tone.
Oh yeah, you said you had a club. Was that in DC? Was it like go-go music?
Yeah,
Or
it
like
was
what,
in
what?
DC Tone. It was Gary's Cafe. Actually was the old Honest nightclub in Southeast
Oh,
DC, and I took it over, man. It was like that. We had a good time there. So right now we trying to do something new, get another venue. I'm looking for a spot now to find, much
nice.
bigger, much nicer in the DC or Maryland area.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. I've never been to DC. If I come there for the first time,
Man,
what's the
you're
first
gonna love it.
what's the first spot I should hit to eat, and where should I go find me a young queen out there, a young wholesome woman, a wholesome queen out there?
Man, you better go to church. No, I'm playing. You gotta go to church.
Amen to that.
Nah, but no, we have a lot of good food spots now. It's hard to even say, you know. If you want to come to the hood, go to American Best Wings, Alabama Avenue, Southeast. But if
Okay.
you if you like uptown, you got spots up there, man. Real nice, elegant spots. You'll love it. Where you from? Texas?
No, Big Phoenix,
Oh,
AZ.
Arizona. I got my first tattoo in Arizona. Phoenix,
Oh,
Arizona,
nice,
man. Yeah.
nice, nice.
But
Yeah, I got.
you'll love it here, man. The city, man. DC right now is what's up. It's happening. It's really happening spot.
That's what's up.
Nice.
So you talked about your sons. One of them you said was 23.
Yeah, 123.
Why so late? Because it seems like your whole family turned pro sooner and had amateur background. What was the difference in bringing your sons up differently from how your dad brought Cha up?
Well, you know, we worked the amateurs. We pretty much ran the amateurs, me and my brothers. But my sons, man, when I was away, you know, in prison for about 10 years, they was with their mom, you know, so they would sometimes come with my brothers and with their mom. So they was in the gym. They would train and fight, but then they get out of the gym. One of them won a belt with my dad in the amateurs. So right now, it's like dad back all in. So we all in the gym 24/7, and that's what they got to be, you know, in that gym 24/7. They see the vision and the big picture, and they can fight. You know, I got one son guy. He like 6'2", tall and can crack. You know, he got a good right
Mm.
hand, good hook, and I got another son. He's short. Take out this bomb, but he fast like Pernell Winnicker. Move, agile, and he can crack. Man, both hands southpaw. So it's gonna be interesting to seeing these guys. You know, seeing these little young men in this ring doing their thing. You know, they say that we don't want to fight amateur. Why not? We want to make money and we want we can fight. So we, so they all,
Yep. New generation.
yeah, new generation.
So how
Hmm.
many fights does the 23-year-old have?
Right now, Gary has like about 75 fights amateur.
Oh wow. So they don't want to fight amateur, but they fought amateur.
Yeah,
That's a
they fought.
significant
Well,
amount.
one of them did, but the other one they did. Other two didn't. Yeah,
At all?
at all. No am,
Okay.
no am. But look, what's so crazy? When they're in the gym training, they be like, "Man, how many fights they got?" I said, "None. They ain't got no fight." Man, stop lying. I'm like, "Yeah, for real. You know, they fight amateur now. They going pro." Man, okay. Because they train with all pros. You got to realize, when we was young, 14, 13, we worked with professionals. I sparred Mark Usop Johnson coming up, William Joppy. These guys is much older than me. So, man, it don't change. Just get better. Just get better.
Mm, nice.
I got Treese in Ohio that says, ask him about Gary Antoine Russell possibly fighting Elijah Pierce, the one that signed the OTX. What's your thoughts on that fight?
That'd be a good fight. That'd be a good fight. I mean, that's something that I love to see in the future, if it's possible.
Nice, nice, nice. And when we will see him back? I feel like he's been out and we haven't heard from him in a minute.
Who? Antoine?
Yeah, not the 40
Antoine fight.
pounder, not the 40 pounder,
Oh, Mr.
the
Russell.
118. Yeah, no, the 118.
Oh, Antonio.
Antonio.
He fighting January.
Okay.
He fighting
Nice.
January. Yeah, right. Ain't looking good too. Right now in the gym, looking real good, fast and strong. So we definitely gonna see him rock and roll in January.
That's what's
And
up,
when
man.
do we see Mr. Gary Russell back?
Probably like in February or March.
Nice, nice, nice. So, did you just fall into the role? Like, do you feel like you fell into the role of your dad because you're the oldest, or do you and Mr. Gary share that? Because he's always seemed to be on TV like the big brother. Like, I apologize, I didn't know you existed. I always see him.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's good. It all just started like it just that's good, but it just started like my brother's mother, all my mom was like, big girl, you need to get in the gym with your brothers and work with them. You got the eye. You got the eye, big girl. You go in there and help your brothers. I'm like, I ain't ma. I got other stuff I'm doing too though. I said, I ain't ma. And my sons and everybody like, man, get in there with your brothers. And my brother said, big
Hmm.
dog girl said, bruh, come on, man. Come to the gym, man. So that's how
There
I
he
started.
is.
That's bruh right there.
What's
You
up,
know,
Oh
Gary?
shit! What's up,
Big
that's
bro?
bruh right there.
Gary.
So it's interesting to be in there with all my brothers. Man, we a force to be reckoned with together. I'm telling you guys.
Yeah. And that's the safest place for you. That's the
Oh yeah,
safest place
yeah,
for you. Yeah.
yeah.
They got my man up on here. What's up, bro?
Look,
What's up, Gary? How you doing?
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How
We
y'all
good, we
doing, man?
good.
Thanks for having me.
Good.
what's up, Brody?
So,
Hey, I had a little
how do we?
Siobhan just dropped off the roses and stuff like that. She bombed me out.
You dropped off too? That's right. I told you he was coming.
So, how do you
Yeah,
want
yeah,
us to
yeah.
address y'all so y'all know which one we talking to? Do we call you Mr. Jones and you Mr. Russell for the meantime?
Call me Gary Antoine Russell. Call him Mr.
That's Gary
Jones.
Antoine. Call
All
him Mr.
right.
Jones.
Cool, cool. So Gary
All right.
Antoine, we was just talking about you and the fact that I was asking your brother like, does he believe Lamont is like that? Because he keeps like no one calls you out, let alone puts you on a list. So from your standpoint, is Lamont like that? Uh-oh, he froze up.
I mean, me personally, you can't take away nothing nobody do in this sport. Everything they do is for the keeps. You know what I mean? It's not like somebody is in there fighting their battles for them. The person that steps in the ring, they got the notch under their belt and whatever they was able to come to the table with and execute. You know what I mean? So the victories that Lamont got, he earned them. He hasn't fought anybody but Tank, and I feel like right now that's where he's just riding the coattail off of or coattail love. Like I went 12 rounds with Tank, and honestly, I believe that it was a slanted decision, that type of thing, But you was good at your last performance, and if he's gauging his whole entire career based off of that, then hey, so be it. But I don't believe he's the best in DC. Hell to the no.
Perfect.
Have you guys fought in the amateurs or had sparring sessions? Because it's like he's literally saying, "Oh, I don't want to fight Mr. Gary Russell. I want to fight Gary Antoine Russell because he's younger and people think he's the killer." So it's like, yeah, he's
Hey,
just got me a little confused. When we,
hey, hey,
He don't want he
some
don't
people
want that
bite
drunk
off more than
stuff.
they can chew. Some people
I'm
bite
telling
more than
you.
they can chew
No.
and their foot in their mouths and stuff like that. Honestly, I feel like he's in it for a financial gain, which is cool because it's his
Yep.
livelihood, how he, provide for his family and etc. But ultimately, either fight will be dangerous, me or my brother. And it will only make more sense for him to fight my brother because they're in the same weight division. He's talking about moving up now because honestly, I feel like he don't want to fight my brother because it's too much of a high risk, and he's trying to make it sound cool by saying, "Well, I'll fight the other brother because at least it's something on the line." But it's still dangerous. It's still
Dangerous.
equally as dangerous. You know what I mean? And I already made it clear and known to the boxing community, like I want to wipe out my division. I don't even want to entertain anybody from any other division. Let me go ahead and get the rest of the belts in my division, and then that's when we start looking elsewhere for some action.
Hmm. So Gary Antoine, do you and Lamont have like a history in amateurs or anything like that? Why is he?
No,
Why is it
no.
you?
The only history we have is we was in the same division once upon a like the USA tournament or something like that. We were supposed to fight, and I lost to this guy out. I want to say he was a Hispanic guy. And I lost by like 3 points or whatnot, and he wound up beating that same Hispanic. But the ruling and stuff is different from pros versus amateurs. I mean, like I said, get the credit where the credit is due. He beat the guy that beat me or whatnot in this tournament, and that was the closest we ever came to about to fight each other. Whenever it was
Hmm.
a show, like a 1 day show or something like that, when we was in the same division, his coach would never let us fight each other.
Okay.
It was
Yeah,
like it was
he act like he think you sweet or something. I'm like, why he calling up?
hell
Why
to
he
the
calling
nine.
up?
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Now. Don't say that.
Yeah, you know.
Cause we'll put fire up on his ass to make some things happen.
Hey.
It ain't nothing like that, you know what I mean? But
So,
he was always in a position where his coach saw the best interest for him. So at the time you had fighters that didn't take certain fights because their coach would be like, nah man, we
right.
need some more grooming. Or nah, we think
Mm-hmm.
this guy is too experienced. Or nah, I don't want you to fight him yet because I just want you to, just critique some things before you even go
Up and
and fight somebody like
Okay.
without hurting the child's pride, the ego and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Because you're supposed to build your fighters. You're not supposed to just throw them in the fire. We was
right.
raised, we used to get thrown in the fire. We
Hey,
spawn
fine.
adults, we
We just
spawn
fine.
grown men. Like I
You hear
said,
me?
Yeah.
we never been taught or
Petrified.
groomed to have some like weak mentality. Nah, hey,
Work hard.
skills pay the bill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what we was raised on. It didn't matter how old, how tall, how big, didn't matter.
Who
Skills
you
is
are,
what
none of
got
Correct.
us
that.
over the hump. Whoever we was got in the ring with. You know what I mean? But some coaches they believe in building their fighters a certain way, and we always is like right here, head to head. We never fought each other. The only time that was like
Okay.
an ultimatum type of moment was when we went to that tournament, and he was my opponent the next day, literally, and I was geeked up, and
Hmm.
I lost by 3 points. Lost by three
mm.
points. It was a favorite guy from Mexico. He was a favorite
Hard.
of the tournament, and they gave it to
Okay.
him.
Okay.
Oh,
So
Hard
you
to do.
lucky.
you felt or you it sounded like you said that you felt like he's capping, but he is fighting at 140 now for an interim title. Does that change things for you? Because you said, I've
I
been
mean,
told y'all I'm focused on my division, but he's kind of coming into your division. If he wins, it'll be an interim title. He's talking about fighting Sabril Matias next. It looks like he got a connection with the PBC.
Man, look, he say she say stuff, man. Look, I don't know how thorough y'all source is. He's supposed to be
Mm.
fighting pit bull, talking about
Yeah, when
fighting
that
some
fight
real.
first.
Okay, I hear you. Allegedly, Keyshawn Davis is at 142, right? And even him, I said, go ahead and get your feet wet at 140 before I even entertain you. I find it to be foolish to travel backwards. You know what I mean? Right now, I'm over here for progression. Look, let me go ahead and get this dude that's in my way out my way, which is this Japanese dude or Japan dude, and on to the next. Richard Hitcherson, Sabril Matias, or Teofimo Lopez. Other than that,
Mm-hmm.
anybody else at 140, go ahead and climb that ladder. And if I gotta see y'all, we gonna see each other, hands down. It ain't gonna be no stutter stepping or none of that.
And I did.
So they saying like, did you do any research on Hidioka? Because for one, he ain't just Japanese. He half black. They saying. Two, the kid could punch. He did knock out the same dude did.
Hey, hey,
I'm listening.
he's a Japa nigga, huh?
Java nigga. It don't matter what they is.
You said
Mexican,
that.
A Japa
black
nigga.
skin, all that nigga.
Yo.
Yeah, but I think I'm pretty sure he's like half Ghanaian or something.
No matter
And
what
and,
it
and,
is.
and we seen him
Yeah,
knock
yeah.
out.
I've heard,
No, go ahead.
I said I've heard as far as his the racial pool and stuff like that. But I mean, I ain't really worried about it. Like I said, he can be from Jablip. Ass whooping is ass whooping. You know what I
That's
mean?
all.
And I'm stand when it come to the ruling of things. So he better bring his physicals best and be sharp, intelligent the night of the fight because I don't underlook nobody. You can be a school
Mm.
bus driver. I'm gonna look at
Yeah.
you as a threat.
Like Agent Braun said, everybody can get it. Mexicans, black skins, white skins, they all let
Puerto
get it.
Ricans, look, anybody can get it. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, and that's how it is, real. At this
No.
point, we definitely making sense about what we do. Like I said, we're supposed to be climbing the ladder and moving forward. We shouldn't be moving backwards at this point in our career. You know what I mean? So a lot of the things, business wise, is making sense. It's aligned. You know what I mean? Financial is making sense. It's aligned, uh, and that's really the bottom line of everything.
So somebody
Gary,
like yourself. I'm sorry, Tone. I
no, go
have
ahead, sir.
to I have to be honest and say, seeing you fight, it just looked like that you like a fighter. You just like to go. And whoever you're fighting, like you're willing to take some to give some, right? So when I saw you in the ring with Ryo, it's like you just shut him down, but you was throwing so much. So do you just like go to fight? Like I'm just gonna let my hands go and whatever they throw, I'm gonna take some too, or do you really do like film study and have a like a game plan for each fight, or is it just you just have your fighting style and you go with that?
You know what? You hurt my feelings a little bit, but I'm the type that take constructive criticism. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because you basically called me a fighter. Like, I can't fight. Like, there's no skill. Fight shit. Come on now. Of course, I study my opponent. You know
Of
what I mean?
course.
And I bring out my tool bag, what's necessary to bring out to get the job done. I said this several times. That's what
That's
it is.
what
If, if you really look at the Ryo fight and listen to the cornerman, they are telling me to do certain things, specific things. As many times I could have made the fight boring, but very
Mhm.
punctual by just locking my hands, using feints, and getting it and just throwing 3 shots at a time. I can just throw 3 shots or 2 shots at a time and still be as effective, if not knocking the fuck up out of it. You know
Right.
what I mean? But that
Mhm.
wasn't the game plan. And yes, I got hit sometimes. It's going to happen, but as you become more in depth of a professional, your defensive discipline get better. You know, when you're trading combinations with your opponent, y'all going back and forth. That back and forth, it look more one sided than it just looking like you just shooting out. Y'all just going
Mhm.
mano a mano, blow for blow, rock'em sock'em robot. Nah, it looked more skilled. And honestly, sometimes listening and executing certain things, you gotta accept the fact that it's possible room for error, but
Mhm.
skill wise, you can minimize how much error you have in executing
Right.
things. You know,
And
so
then you can adjust. Right. You can adjust.
you
Right.
can adjust. You can
Mhm.
adjust on the fly. You got to do it on the fly, like simultaneously, because not everything is going to be like
Right
the
there.
game
Same
plan
right there.
or right there at the moment. You know what I mean? So you just gotta
Make it happen though.
and pick up the pieces where you at sometimes. And that's a professional thing that comes with time. That's growth. You know what I mean? And there's always
Mhm.
space for growth.
Right.
Even Floyd right now, everybody deem him to be. I guarantee you, if you ask him, do you feel like there's more stuff that you need to learn or get better at? He
Mhm.
gonna say yeah. He gonna say yeah because it's the constant growth. It's constant change in the creativity as far as punch selections. Everybody throw the same punches. You got a jab, the right cross, your hook, your uppercuts, and your body shot on both sides. The difference is the creativity that get brought to the
How
table.
you put it together. Right. How you put it together.
Okay.
Now I know you guys
Gotcha.
said y'all don't overlook anybody, but when it comes to Hidioka, his two biggest wins are two people we seen in the past, right? Like obviously Jin Sasaki, we seen him get destroyed by Brian Norman, and then Barroso had some good performances. He upset Davies from the UK. People thought he beat Rowley, but he got stopped to Hidioka. So he's also that very old look. So how did you not overlook those fights, right? Like, cause we just seen Norman destroy I can't even remember his Sasaki. And
In
then
Sasaki.
and then Barroso, he just looks so old. Like every time he fight, people like, damn, this guy grandpa. So like, how don't you fall
Mhm.
victim to that?
Hmm.
You gotta be a realist. I ain't even gonna hold you. Yeah, old boy look like he older than your ass, but get touched by his
Hell
ass
yeah.
8 ounces more. I guarantee you have a real quick reality check. You be like, oh shit, this old dude can punch. And that's
Nah,
nothing you should play with.
I believe
That
Rolly.
is
He said
nothing you
that.
should play with. I don't care how
Mhm.
old you look, how old people think you are. Those 8 ounce gloves on. This young lady right here will wind up a punch and catch you in the chin. You be like, oh hell no, I ain't getting hit that again.
Yeah.
Nothing to play with. So looks, phenotypes, and stuff like that. I can care less about that. You throwing punches at my head and you preparing for me 3 months, 4 months in advance just to whip my ass. You're a danger.
Hmm.
You're a
Mhm.
danger. And this sport is built off of hurt. This is a hurt business.
That's right.
Yeah. So when that
So of
said that
course,
this guy is a so we Japanese and black, is there a different style that brings to the table for you?
of course. But I don't want to disclose it, man, because we gotta keep some stuff,
Yeah.
That's
Kick
true.
your ass
hidden.
out.
I gotta wait till November 14th,
Kick your ass
Right.
to
out.
So
pop out.
generally
So,
mindset wise, because you corrected me on, okay, you ain't just going in there fighting, right? So generally mindset wise, from Orion to this guy, give us one thing that you would look at those two opponents different, like how you look at those two opponents different.
I would say stylistic wise, they're different. Mario, he's more short, compact, and this guy's more rangy.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
So,
How
and
did
styles make fight.
how do you
Yeah.
feel about the oh well Gary Jones, how do you feel about this fight being I guess close, right? Like your brother is a minus 260 is what he opened up, but Idioka's only a plus 198. So the bookies have it as a closer fight than the casual fans. Uh-oh. Who's that?
Something like that.
Is that? I think we're losing you, Gary.
No hair.
Yeah, we lost him. Shit.
Mm.
Okay, we
Lost
lost
both of
both of
them.
them. How they both lose internet?
They
Right.
both.
But if you guys got questions, we got a post for Gary Antoine Russell on Patreon and on our members community. So hopefully we could get them back on. I know Antoine wanted to come on because he felt like, his last interview kind of went a different way because we had a separate guest jump on at the time. So I know he wanted
Mm-hmm.
more time this time. And we'll have time to get to your questions. But yeah, he is a minus 260 while Andy Hidioka is a plus 198. And that hasn't changed, though. There's been zero movement on that line. So I don't know if that's because there's
Mm.
not places to vote. Bet, or the bookies are still that. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, though, because when money comes in, it's supposed to change it. Right now, it's still a minus 260 to a plus 180.
Mm. Well, that was really good that we ended up getting his brother first though, because like you said, we had no idea about an older brother, and that helps kind of bring everything to surface with the story.
Mm-hmm.
They have a very interesting
Yeah,
family
I'm
in
shocked I
boxing.
didn't know. I'm shocked I didn't
Hmm.
know. I feel like embarrassed because, man, I've been knowing him for a while, especially Mr. Gary Russell. I can't believe I
Yeah.
never noticed Jones anywhere. I'm like, what the hell? Because I know there's another brother that looked like Jones. I might have to ask him, is that him and did he just let his hair grow? Because I feel
Yeah, because
like
I've
there's
seen one of
another,
them at the. Hmm.
yeah, I feel like
I've
there's
seen one
another
that looked
one.
like him. Yeah, I've seen one that looked like him at the end of one of the fights. I saw him in the ring. He looks like him, but like you say, he didn't have long hair.
Yeah, and he didn't have that beard, so I'm like, is it another one, or was he just like coming off? He got a haircut because it was fight week. I don't know. You want to look fly,
Hmm.
you're gonna have all the cameras around you. But if you guys want to call
Right.
in while we wait for them to jump back on and give them time to see if they jumping back on, now is the time to do so.
Yes, sir. Also, like the video, guys. This is some very premium content that we get in here,
Okay,
especially with the interview. So if you haven't liked the interview, like it, like the video. Go
looks
ahead.
like Tip is saying, nah, there's another brother too. So
Mm,
yeah, and Miles said that it's another one, and Miles and Tip from
okay.
out there. Okay.
Yeah, because it sounds like he may have recently gotten really, really gotten back with the family or back in the gym, which is great.
Nah, that's dope
Mhm.
that there's so many. Um, I wonder, and that's what I was trying to get at. Like, is it motivational, or do they are they is the family starting to feel like, man, I got to get into the family business type shit? You know what I'm
Yeah, it could
saying?
be pressure. Yeah, it could
Yeah,
be pressure. It could be like
it is
I want
pressure
to do
too,
my
cause
own thing.
it's so many of them, right? Like I would figure it's pressure too.
Hmm.
Like I was tempted to ask like, how do you feel? Because for me, I feel like people think Gary Antoine Russell is the best Russell. But I used to love
Hmm.
Mr. Gary Russell. I wanted that Shakur fight. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I wanted that Tank
yeah,
fight. Shit, I'd have took
yeah,
even a Tevin Farmer fight with with Gary
yeah,
Russell Jr.
yeah. Mr. Gary Russell, I definitely,
And I had him winning. If they jump back on, I gotta remember the time. I had him winning that fight with one arm versus Mark Marciago, man. PBC robbed him for his belt. I thought he beat that dude
yeah,
with one arm.
yeah. Lamont, like, Lamont, like, don't be trying to throw me over there with the big bro. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy. Whole family need the movie. Need the
Yeah.
family movie
Yeah,
like
definitely.
Christmas.
It, is there any other family in boxing like that?
The
That two and three brothers, more than two brothers fought.
Nobody as
Vargas.
big as the Garys. Nobody is big. The
Mm,
Vargases is only three. The Smiths are only three. The Charlos are only two.
yeah,
There's nobody as big as this family, I don't think. And that was
yeah,
wild. I
that's
didn't even
dope.
know Sugar Ray Leonard was his manager. the hell?
That's
I did not
crazy.
know that.
And then they had the kids coming up and everything. So that's dope. Tone, how did you hear about the R&B bingo?
Just researching, like on TikTok, seeing what
Okay,
was popping in Atlanta on a Thursday night. I like to research things before I get to places, and yeah, they said it was
nice.
cracking down there. Yeah, said it
I've
was
never
lit.
heard of the R&B bingo. I'm gonna have to look that up. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's in Marietta, so I don't know. Is it Marietta Ghetto or what?
No, Marietta is nice.
Oh, it
Marietta is
is.
nice. So it's yeah, yep, that's a nice area. So you should be good with that. Yeah, I'm gonna look into it too. See it. Me and my husband might meet you over there. See how
Yeah,
see
that's
how it
lit.
is.
Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
Thursday night.
Thursday. What time you get in Thursday?
I get in at 10:20, and then
In the
I get
morning?
my yeah no at night.
At night? Okay. Grab your car
Yeah,
and then shoot over there.
get my car, shoot over there, hit the hotel, shower up, slither in there. Um,
Is it midnight? What is it? Midnight bingo? What the?
yeah, I mean, what time the club? The clubs stay open late, right?
Yeah, but I'm talking about the bingo. Like, what time would bingo need to start for?
Oh no, maybe I might
What?
miss the bingo. Long as
Yeah,
it's
you
lit up
might
in.
miss bingo if you because you by the time you shower and everything is gonna be about that's club time though. That's good club time.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah, Damien, I have no need to be outside, Damien. Damien say, so don't be outside. I'm gonna be outside for Border Wars though. You better bet that.
mm. They
I'm gonna
got
be
nasty
outside for
Planet
Border
Fitness out
Wars.
there. They got a nasty Planet
Of
Fitness out there.
course. Of course. Planet Fitness is everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Hmm.
get a
You're gonna have
workout in
one
on.
in
Yeah.
of course. You're gonna be in Marietta. We should shoot something together. We should
Oh,
shoot a
that'd
fitness
be
video
fire.
together. Let's look that up. Let's look that up, Tone. You say you was gonna get on your bench press, so yeah, let's look that workout up.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna try to.
Mm.
Well, you can't max. You can't really max out at Planet Fitness though.
No, you can't, because they don't want to hear no slamming or no weights or none of that. They want you to eat that pizza and keep working out. Okay.
Right, right, right,
Yeah.
right.
So Tone, you did 15 push-ups yesterday. Did you do any today yet?
No, I haven't. I got to get my joints in. How
Okay.
much you
Because you
do?
did 15. I did today, I did 55 because I was at 50. So I upped the number. I
Damn.
did 55. Yeah. I did five more today.
Wait,
So if
the men. Is it men push-ups or is it universal? Or you did the
I did
female?
I did men push-ups. Did you do the ones on your knee? Did you do female or men?
No, I did the men.
No judgment. No judgment. When people are first starting, don't be laughing because we might have some
That's
people in the
crazy.
chat that's doing it on their knees. So if you
That's
did 15 men push-ups, no, listen. If you did 15 men push-ups, Tone, and you
mhm.
haven't, when the last time you did push-ups?
A minute. A minute. It's been a minute.
Okay. So if you haven't done if you did 15, that's really, really good. So today you should do 17 or 18. Just up them by a few. Every day, let's do a few more.
Okay. Okay.
Add on. Because when we first started on the show, I had already started doing them here because my husband go through a thing where he be like, okay, we're gonna start our push-ups again. So I
Mhm.
think I did 40 like our first day, and then I added on. And
Mhm.
then the week that Ness was gone, I was working out, but I wasn't doing push-ups. So I was still like at
Oh,
50. And I
okay.
just moved up to 55. Yeah. Hmm.
Wait, so do you
Yeah.
fast? Like when do you eat your first meal? Like what's your first meal like?
I had, you know what? I had been doing 12 to 8.
Okay.
So, and then, yeah, then a lot of times we're on here till about 2 or 3. So then I said 1 to 9. So it's either 12 to 8 or 1 to 9 is when
Okay.
when I do my meals. Yeah. And then I have one day where I eat late if I want to, like Saturday. So I do 6 days a week. We're intermittent fasting on Saturdays because we pretty much hang out. We might have the kids or whatever. So
Mhm.
I'll eat later on that one
Okay,
day.
so the one that looks like Gary Antonio Jones is actually Gary Allen Russell the third, and he's allegedly was the more promising one, but he decided to go to the corner after the situation with the father. So Gary
Mhm.
Antoine is not going to come back on because of the service, but Gary Russell, Mr. Gary Russell Jr. is going to come on in 30 minutes, and I think this
Nice.
might be Gary Jones again. His phone had died. Yeah. All right.
Good to be
Yep,
back,
Mr.
man. Good to be
Jones.
back.
So
Mhm.
I don't remember the last thing we asked you before you left.
I don't remember either, for real.
So we
So
could
I mean,
talk about the third though, because we thought I'm like we sitting here like, wait, is that Gary Allen the third? And you just let your hair grow because you look just like Gary Allen the third,
Yeah,
or he
everybody
looked
say that's
like
my
you
little
because you're
twin.
older.
My little brother, my twin.
mhm.
They say that, yeah.
And I just was told by Nuke that he's because we was not arguing, but we were just sitting here saying like who is the better one because people in the obviously the industry believe it's Antoine Russell, but Nuke just said that Allen was really the one that was perceived to be the most promising, but he decided to stay in the corner after your dad's passing. Is that true? Or did I interpret the story correctly?
He was prominent to go to the Olympics. They had him a favor for Olympics as well. But he stopped fighting and then, just started training with my brothers after my dad passed as well.
And now
Mm.
he plays the role of the trainer.
Yeah, he coaching too as well. He's also coaching as well.
So, how has he developed as a trainer, and how do you see him, taking up that role of head coach like your dad was doing?
He's doing a good job in the corner. There's always room for growth and excellence. But he's doing an excellent job with my brothers, man. He got the eye. Once again, we all got that eye, and Allen definitely sees that. He's good in the corner with my brothers, man. Real good.
Mm. And with in growing up in the gym with your dad, did he have like because old school training is things evolve, but it seems like that you guys have like tradition, boxing tradition. That's what it seems like from the outside looking in. So were there certain things when you enter like as a kid, when your dad was getting you guys into boxing that you had to do every day? And does some of those same things pass down through the kids in your family now, the ones that's boxing?
Yes, it does. When me and Dad first started doing this, when I was 12 years old, we had codes we would give each other to really understand our fight stuff. A lot of fight coaches don't do that right now. We have certain names. I
Mm.
might say Uzi. Uzi was a combination we put together. It might be a 1-2 hook, brick hook.
Mm.
We might say, man, trap is uppercut, brick, uppercut, brick. But we had like a bond, a connection that we'd do things we'd say and do that a lot of coaches right now don't do to this day. So all that stuff still was passed down to all my little brothers as well. And right now, today, we use
Mhm.
some of the same codes in the gym, and we got different stuff as well that we done added on. So, like I say, once again, iron sharpen iron, man. Once you got all the brothers in it together, you never go right. It's
Yeah.
no left, everything going right.
Also work ethic. Like
Oh yeah,
it seems like the work ethic in
look,
the two brothers that I
it's
watch fight, which is the ones that's fighting currently. The like the work ethic seem like they never get
crazy.
tired.
Look, never gets high because we in the gym 24/7. Once you live in the gym 24/7, we ain't getting tired. Day and night, day in the
Yeah.
gym. How do you get tired? So, in the work, and then you guys realize the energy. We thrive off each
Mhm.
other. I might have been in the gym in a week, or girl don't come for a day or something. When I come in the gym or they come in the gym, it's like, bro, you in here? Man, you about to get this work in. You know what I'm saying? You get hype. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta have that. It's like that fire, it's like, man, G hit the bag, hitting the bag. I might come over there. Bro, flip your head, bro. Bro, look, put it together. One, three, or four. And it start
Uh,
picking up. And it start picking up. I'm like, man, that's it right there, champ. That's it right there. So it just be hyper, you know what I'm saying?
oh,
So you got to have that energy in the gym, and it's always in our gym. It's always in there. You got the little kids, got the energy to the big kids, So It's like that, y'all. Y'all got to come to the gym one day. Y'all love it. Come in DC.
I was
Come to
just
our
sitting
gym.
here like, if I was in DC, I want to, cause see, I want to start. I want to learn how to box first of the year. If I was in DC, man, I would love to come and feel that energy. And I'm from Virginia, so if I come up that way, I'm
Okay.
gonna, yeah, I'm gonna visit.
Maybe you
I'm
got to
gonna
come.
visit that gym. I can imagine the tradition and the spirit, that your dad left there with you guys, and like I can imagine working out in that gym.
You'll love it.
It
You'll have
has
too
to be
much fun.
intense.
Definitely. Definitely intense.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, I'm gonna have to do that.
No doubt.
Hmm.
So, what did you think of Crawford's performance, man?
Oh man, it was a good performance. He definitely executed everything I said he gonna do. I called around. He gonna if they go the distance, but he gonna pick him apart. I say every time that guy touched Crawford, Crawford gonna come back and counter him. Everything I said he did, man. So it was a good fight, a damn good fight.
Did you watch it with the family? Were you specifically with Mr. Gary Russell Jr.? And the reason I asked because had that they had that little back and
You
forth,
funny,
and obviously
yeah,
him and Gary had a fight outside the ring, and Gary once upon a time
yeah.
wanted to fight Crawford. So I wanted to know just his reaction to like, wow, Crawford moved up and beat this bigger man.
Well, my brother, man, he's definitely competitive. So anybody in his weight class, he wanted to see him. So he gave him props for that fight right there. He ain't, talk down like man, he did that. So it just it was it's Crawford time. That was the time to win that fight and get them belts. And everybody gave him props that that's worth the fight.
How many people you think can do something like that? Move up two divisions and beat, what people consider one of the greatest Mexican fighters of all time. Like, can we see, for instance, Mr. Gary, can he go up to 47 and fight a welterweight that I don't know, the winner of Brian Norman, Devin Haney, would he be capable?
Yeah, I believe he could. I believe Gary could.
Wow.
Definitely be Diaz. I believe Gary could. I'd love to see Gary go up and weight, to beat some of these guys. If they don't give him the fight that he want at the weight class he have right now, go up and weight and run these guys down, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man,
Right
put
now it's
that
like,
bug in his ear because remember him and Bill went back and forth, and it was a $1.5 million contract. All this
mhm.
stuff that went on between Devin, Bill, and Gary.
and
Maybe if Devin
it's
wins, he'd be interested in that.
mhm. Ain't that's in the contract with that fight, but it's sad because you got to run these guys down that talk all this trash and all that. Now they don't like they're gonna come to see you. You got to run them down from the fight. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. They said Gary was ducking. Gary wasn't ducking no smoke. He ain't ducking no smoke. He never get a contract for that fight. So it's always stuff being said behind your back too.
How do you feel about the politics of like boxing? Because it seemed like
Man, it
Gary
got
Antoine,
worse.
Mr. Gary Russell, like and like even Boo Boo Andre, like those fighters seem like y'all too good. And like the
Man,
business of boxing, they be trying to stall y'all out, don't give you the opportunities. Then they'll
was in the
use
show.
like, oh, they don't post on Instagram enough, or they not over there on TikTok doing TikTok dances. Like like
Yeah,
what do you
that's
think
for all
about
the
the
comedians. That's for
yeah?
all the comedians do that. You know what I'm saying? My thing was coming up in the fight game, and my brother Phil took to that same culture. Let your hands do the talking. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So that's where we at. That's where we at, man. We trying to work. All that talk about we're gonna do this, do that. That's getting there and work, make it happen. So that's what Boston has changed a lot. Once again, back in the days, it was the champ fighting the best. And these guys now they duck and wreck, duck and smoke. Yeah, it's about money, but let's get these fights going so we can make this money. So you know what I'm saying? Who did this entertainment? Who doing this, doing that? You got look right now. Look at the Tank and the other guy fighting each other. That guy from a YouTube guy. He came right in the game and making his money off the YouTube. So
Mhm.
it definitely changed. Look at it. It changed a lot. So we gonna see how it go, man. You gotta keep fighting nowadays to make things happen. You gotta fight like 100 fights to get to be seen, to be known. Somebody to fight you now. It's crazy.
Have any of the Russells been approached by Riyadh Season and Turkey Al Sheikh for potential, big clashes?
Yeah, I think they have been approached by the Sheik. And I think my brother come on at 2 o'clock, Mr. Gary Russell. He'll be here at 2 o'clock to talk with you guys more about that as well. So them guys have, reached out to my brothers, man. You have to, the talent speaks for itself. The bros can fight. You know what I'm saying? We all can fight in our blood. So people gonna start reaching out more and more as things go on. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. I see some good things
Yeah, I
in the
kind
future,
of
guys.
yeah, I kind of liked it's Mr. Gary. I think the one that's about to come on, right? Mr. Gary.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay, so I kind of like when Lamont was when he was getting ready for the fight, and I kind of like when him and Lamont was going back on social media about the sparring and me coming to your
Hmm.
gym because I gotta admit, like Two Tone say right now, a lot is social media is heavy, and we like to. It's almost like we're attracted to seeing the drama
Entertainment.
take place
Right.
online. Um, and boxing is a serious sport. So I get the mind of the boxer that says, I don't need to do all that. I don't need to be, I need to show my stuff in the ring. But in
Right.
today's time, those fighters that actually are a little more commercial seems to be the ones that get the opportunities.
Get that.
So is there something that you guys talk about as a group or as a family like, okay, we got to figure out a way to kind of cross over a little bit into that lane, or do you just say, hey, we're going to keep it our
Yeah. We
traditional
just.
way and they're going to
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
find us?
Yeah. Pretty much. We just stay in our lane. You know what I'm saying? We stay
Okay.
in our lane. Now, we from the streets. We don't do all that. I'm just being honest. If we don't do all that talking, we gonna make it happen. So that's this how it is. We gonna stay in our lane, come our way, you getting dealt with, and we go
Mm,
from there first. That's it. So it's a business at the end of the day. So we keep it business.
gotcha.
Did
Gotcha.
I mean is Mr. Gary Russell Jr. gonna go to 30? Because he only weighed in at 131 and fought at 135-pound fight.
I mean, he can do that if you want to. He can go. He can make 30. He can go up. Gary comfortable at his weight class. He comfortable wherever he at. He can get there. So he might be at 130. Who knows? He might take that jump. If the money right, if they talking crazy, they talking right. He might take that jump. All
Hmm.
depends. But you gonna see him at 2 o'clock. He gonna let y'all know what it is though.
For
Yeah.
sure. Well,
And what's the name of the gym for people that may be in the
um,
area and like when I
it's
come up
called
that way?
it's called Enigma Boxing Gym.
Enigma?
Yes, Enigma Boxing Gym. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And that's in the
You gotta come
DC
up.
area of Baltimore.
Yes, Capitol Hill. I'm sorry,
Capitol
Capitol Heights,
Hill.
Maryland. Capitol Heights, Maryland.
Okay. All right. All right.
those are
Got
all
it.
my questions. I don't know if y'all
90,
have
yeah,
any more.
9100 Edwards Drive, Capitol Heights. You got to come to the gym.
I
Got to come.
am. I'm definitely gonna take you up on that. I appreciate that too.
Guys, you got any more before we let him go?
I'm good.
I'm
That
good.
All
was
right, Mr.
good. Yeah,
Gary
appreciate
Good
Jones, I
you.
talking to y'all. Good talking to
appreciate
y'all
you.
guys, man.
Yeah, man, I
No doubt.
appreciate you
Nice
jumping on the
meeting
show.
you.
Nice
You too.
Yes.
You
meeting
too.
you.
You too. Salute to
All
y'all
right.
guys.
Have a
All
great day.
right.
I do y'all guys.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Gary Antonio Jones, out of that Gary Russell legacy over there, pedigree. We appreciate you. We're gonna be
Man.
getting the other